Hello everyone, it's Terry here for Tailored Expressions. Today I am sharing a crafty card using the Crafty Tools of the Trade die set. So let's get started. Here are the supplies that I am using for this project. The Notepaper Background stamp, Mugs and Kisses die and clear stamp combo, the Crafty Tools of the Trade dies, foam sticky strips, ink pads in the color Blue Corn, Cherry Pop, and VersaMark Ink, an anti-static powder tool, black embossing powder, and a white gel pen. And finally, the inspiration of colors came from the number 035 color card from the color cube. I really like using the color cube to help with color inspiration, especially during those days where you feel like you're having a creativity block. I just pull a card out and start die cutting or coloring with similar colors from the card. Okay, to match the color card, I selected cardstocks in the colors Dragon Fruit, Candy Corn, Kiwi, Dill Pickle, and Cotton Candy. For additional colors, I also used cardstocks in the color Toffee, Sugar Cube, and Gold. Here you will see that I initially selected oyster colored cardstock, but I changed that to oat milk later down in the video. Okay, so here I went a little crazy. I thought this set was super cute, and I wanted to make sure to have a color available for each of the crafty tools. I already started to put some of the pieces together off screen to save time on this video, but here are a few that I wanted to show up close. To create the scissors, I die cut the base from gold cardstock. I then adhered the handles using liquid adhesive. Also, there's this little circle from the ruler that I use as an additional detail in the scissors. I don't think it technically was made for the scissors, but it fit perfectly, so I just went for it. Isn't it so cute? I just can't get enough of this set. Okay, now moving on to the pencil. For the base of the pencil, I used toffee cardstock. I adhered the 4 additional pieces on with liquid adhesive. I started off with the eraser piece, then I butted the piece in the color kiwi against the eraser. I then added the gold piece on top. I also popped on the tip of the pencil. Here I left it white, but towards the end of the video you will notice that I did color that portion in black with a black marker. Okay, now look at how cute this cuts out. I just love the look of this. For the marker die, I thought that it was perfect to replicate Olo markers. The dies in the set comes with a brush nib to glue behind the marker base. I left the tip white, but I'm sure it'll look really fun with a colored tip. There are also color caps included in the set. Here is a comparison to an Olo marker, super cute miniature version. Off screen, I die cut Mugs and Kisses out of oat milk cardstock and gold cardstock. I really like how the mug comes with a top. Here I am trying to figure out which sentiment I want to show over the mug. I like running the sentiment over the mug to see which one speaks to me the most. I placed the mug into my stamping platform and used my anti-static powder tool to condition the cardstock before I heat emboss. I then like to run my fingers over new clear stamps to condition it as well. I notice every time I do this, it helps with the ink transfer. I stamped the sentiment down with clear embossing ink and poured black embossing powder over the inked area. Then, using my heat tool, I heat set the powder until it was nice and melted. To add some dimension to the card design, I used foam sticky strip and wrapped that around the bottom part of the mug. I found that once I removed both sides of the release backing, that the strip of tape was easier to manipulate. I added it to the back of the mug handle as well. I left the top portion of the mug open so I can create a little well to input all of the little crafty tools. You will see later in this video. Okay, so here's another trick. I placed the front of the mug to the corner of my score pal with the sticky foam strip facing up. This is a great way to align things together. I then went in with the back of the mug and used the corner of the score pal to help with alignment. To create the background, I taped down the sugar cube cardstock that I trimmed down to 5.5 inches by 4.25 inches into my stamping platform. I am using Notepaper Background stamp to create a notepaper background. I want to have two tones on the notepaper. So before I start inking up the stamp, I want to mask off areas of the stamp to create the two-tone effect. Using tape, I am masking off the areas next to the vertical line, making sure to leave the vertical line exposed. This area I will stamp in cherry pop ink. Making sure to ink up the area evenly. Then, before I stamp the stamp onto my cardstock, I want to make sure that I remove both of the masking tape off of the notepaper stamp. Then I will apply pressure onto my stamping platform to create the first stamping impression. Now, using the same masking tape, I am covering the areas to the left of the vertical line. I used the ink in blue corn to stamp the exposed area to the right of the vertical line. I removed the masking paper before I stamped onto the card panel. Then doing the same thing, but to the opposite side of the stamp. Making sure to always remove the masking paper before you stamp down, and this creates the two-tone look of notepaper. Now it's time to assemble the card together. I adhered the mug to the bottom portion of my card panel. Since I used the foam sticky strip on the bottom of my mug, there is now an opening between the back of the mug die cut and the front of the mug die cut. I applied liquid adhesive onto the Crafty tools and slid each tool between the front and the back of the mug. I also added a pencil over the mug to create an additional element of interest. I adhered it to a top folding card base in the color Sugar Cube. To finalize the card design, I used white gel pen and added highlights and details throughout the card design. And that completes my card. I hope you found some inspiration and get crafty in your craft space. Please don't forget to like this video and follow the channel to get notified of all future videos. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.